Welcome to Tino's Time Wrestling. And on this episode, we are going to talk about the SmackDown after WrestleMania. If you haven't seen the Raw after WrestleMania, don't go and watch it. It was one of the worst Raws that I've ever seen in my life. You didn't miss much, and don't waste 3 hours of your life watching that. So hopefully the A show SmackDown can deliver, and it can be very, very good because SmackDown has been the A show for a little bit now. But before we get into SmackDown, I want to talk about one of the darkest days in WWE history now. It seems April 15th will be the day that WWE just clears the roster and makes a bunch of cuts. All of a sudden yesterday, my phone started blowing up and they released 10 superstars. And those 10 superstars were Wesley Blake, Bo Dallas, Mojo Rawley, Kalisto, Tucker, Chelsea Green, Mickey James, Peyton Royce, Billy Kay. The Iconics are gone. I cannot believe the Iconics are gone. Peyton Royce had so much potential, and I started to like what Billy Kay was doing. And one of the biggest names to be gone, Samoa Joe. Samoa Joe is another one. He had so much great. He did so great on NXT, and ever since he got to the main roster, he was never able to have the ability and have the chance to be the guy and be the main eventer that he should have been. And it's very frustrating. But now that he's free and he's free of his contract from WWE, let's see what he goes and does, and let's see if he goes to a different promotion. And all of these people can do what they want to do, and I hope all of them the best in their future endeavors. And from your boy Tino, thank you for all of the entertainment that you've put on, and I hope someday maybe all of you can come back and you guys can live up to your potential. But if it has to be in another promotion, that's okay. But enough about all the sad things and everything. Let's talk about the SmackDown after WrestleMania. And the first thing I want to go into is let's talk about your new Intercontinental Champion. It's the new Apollo Crews. Apollo Crews and Big E put on a phenomenal show on night 2 of WrestleMania and the Nigerian drum fight match. You know, nobody really knew what this match was going to be exactly, and it ended up being some type of a hardcore match where there was a bunch of stuff around the ring, kendo sticks, tables, chairs, all that type of stuff, and they had all kinds of Nigerian type of stuff, which I thought it was fine. It was cool. They beat the hell out of each other, and it was entertaining. But in the end, Apollo Crews ended up winning the championship with the help of his new bodyguard, Dakota Kai, or Bakota Kai, I think that's how you say it. Kato. I don't know really how to say it. I'm really bad at pronouncing words. My bad. You'll learn as I start talking. You know, if you haven't already, go listen to all my other shows. I'm getting better as you go, but your boy's working on it. Don't worry. But I think that's how you say his name. Anyway, that's not even his name anymore. Vince McMahon decided to change his name, and it is now Commander Arazi, Commander. I don't know what exactly they're doing. They changed his name to like a Nigerian commander. I don't know why you just didn't keep his last name. If you remember, he was on Raw Underground. If you watched Raw at that time, Raw Underground didn't last too long, but you know, if he did, he was very impressive. I just don't understand why he changed his name. But it will be very intriguing to see what happens with Apollo Crews and his new bodyguard and his new help. And let's see, maybe Big E wants a rematch. Maybe we see somebody new come after Apollo. That would be really nice. You know, I love my guy Big E, but I would rather see somebody else challenge Apollo because I just feel like after WrestleMania, all these rivalries need to restart. But for some reason, I just have a feeling we're going to see a bunch of rematches because if you have not heard yet, the next pay-per-view on the card for WWE, it's on it's May 16th. It's WrestleMania Backlash, baby. I don't know what that is. Why couldn't it just be Backlash? Why do we got to have WrestleMania for three months in a row? It makes no sense to me, but whatever. I guess that's what we're going to do with it. So I just have a feeling it's going to be a bunch of rematches. So I have a feeling it might be Apollo versus Big E again, but hopefully not. We'll just have to find out on SmackDown. The next thing, we do have 2 matches announced. It's actually 2 tag team matches. It's the Street Profits versus the Dirty Dogs, Dolph Ziggler and Bobby Roode for the SmackDown Tag Team Champions. And if I'm going to pick a winner in this match, I am going to go with the Street Profits. We want the smoke. I want to grab his cup. I want to grab the cup and party with the Street Profits. Oh, yeah. Oh, hell yeah. like my boy Stone Cold likes to say. So hopefully the Street Profits become your SmackDown Tag Team Champions. And in the other tag team match, we have the Mysterio family versus the Alpha Academy of Otis and Chad Gable. And this is another one. If I'm going to pick a winner, I really hope the Mysterio wins. I really hope the Mysterio family wins the tag team match, because if you didn't listen to my WrestleMania pre and post show, or the SmackDown results from last week, because I kind of talked about it in all of it, I was hoping that the Mysterio family was going to win the SmackDown tag team titles on SmackDown special edition of WrestleMania. But it did not ended up happening, and I'm hoping that the Mysterio family could get a couple wins on their hands and get in that chance to get the tag team titles, because that is just something I want to see before Rey Mysterio retires, and I know that's something Rey wants to do, and I just think that Rey needs to hold some type of gold before he retires, because Rey Mysterio is an underdog just like me. He's a guy I grew up. He won the World Heavyweight title in my hometown in Chicago at WrestleMania 22. I've just always loved Rey, and I just think he deserves it, and why not do it with his son? That would just be amazing. But one thing I do want to mention too, they have announced tonight that Pat McAfee will be joining the SmackDown commentary. You know, they switched up the announce team for Raw this past Monday, and Adam Verk from the WWE Network, Adam Verk from the MLB Network joined the Raw commentary team. I'm mixing up all my words. Oh my goodness. On Raw now, it's Corey Graves, Byron Saxton, and Adam Verk. But on the SmackDown side, it's going to be Pat McAfee, Michael Cole, and I just cannot wait to see how that works, because the last time we saw Pat McAfee, he was doing a Swanton Bomb off of the War Games cell, and that was just awesome. So let's see how he does on commentary, and if you listen to his podcast and his show, he's always entertaining, so you know he could talk on the mic, and all the promos he did in NXT were just phenomenal. So I cannot wait to see what happens when Pat McAfee is on the announce team tonight. That's going to be awesome. Now let's talk about a couple guys that had WrestleMania moments. Cesaro finally got his WrestleMania moment after dealing with the Messiah, the Friday Night Messiah, Seth Rollins. Cesaro swung him 23 times. He swung him 9 more times. Cesaro just swung him all over around the Raymond James Stadium, and he picked up the win, and it was just a phenomenal match. And I'm so happy for Cesaro. He gets that chance, and he had that WrestleMania moment, and I'm really hoping maybe we see him maybe he faces Apollo Crews. I just talked about a new opponent for Apollo Crews. Give Cesaro that chance. That would be a lit match to watch. Apollo Crews versus Cesaro. Sign me up. Sign your boy Tino up. That would be an awesome rivalry I'd like to see. Speaking of WrestleMania moments, Logan Paul had a WrestleMania moment, I guess. He got stunned by Kevin Owens like Stone Cold used to do to everybody. I guess you could count that. Kevin Owens also beat his best friend in a good match, Sami Zayn. You know, Sami Zayn did lose, and he didn't win, but he still put on a phenomenal show, and I don't think Sami Zayn could really be mad about that match. And everybody's going to remember Owens stunning both of them for a very long time, so I think that's a great WrestleMania moment. And Sami Zayn, hopefully he's done with the conspiracies, because I'm over the conspiracies. It's kind of grown on me, and in my earlier shows I talked about how I didn't like it, but I've really grown to like it. And you know, I'm really happy with what is going on with what Sami Zayn has done, and it's kind of entertaining, and I kind of hope that documentary does come out, because I think it would be really funny and really good. So we'll just have to see, but hopefully the conspiracy is over. The last two things I want to talk about before I go, it's the two biggest things that happened at WrestleMania. Let's first talk about your women's SmackDown champion, your SmackDown Women's Champion, the EST of WWE. Bianca Belair and Sasha Banks put on a banger and an instant classic. And if you haven't yet, go watch it on Peacock, on the WWE Network in the UK. Go watch it if you haven't, because it was a great match, and these two put on a phenomenal show in night one, and Bianca ended up picking up the win and becoming your new SmackDown Women's Champion. And I just cannot wait to see what Bianca does. I've heard rumors maybe we see the return of the mom, the man, Becky Lynch. Maybe we see Belair versus Becky. That would be really cool. Maybe Sasha will get a rematch because, like we just talked about earlier, with WrestleMania Backlash, baby. I don't know why. I'm just trying to make it somewhat exciting. There are probably going to be a bunch of rematches, and, I don't think that match at WrestleMania could get any better. So, I really hope, Sasha does move on and everything, and Bianca does face somebody else. So we'll have to see, but that is something that we'll have to see. But congratulations to the EST at WWE for proving everybody wrong and proving why the women deserve the main event night one and why they are the best thing in professional wrestling right now. And just congratulations. And also, if you haven't, go watch that moment on NXT with Bianca Belair, Raquel Gonzalez, and Rhea Ripley. They had a phenomenal moment, all standing up with the champions. They are at the top of the WWE, and I'm just so happy about how far all the women have come. And Bianca Belair, you really are the best, and you are literally just everything, and I cannot wait to see what the EST does in the future. But let's talk about the Tribal Chief, your big dog, Roman Reigns. In the main event of night 2 of WrestleMania, Roman Reigns, Daniel Bryan, and Edge put on another instant classic. This one literally saved night 2 of WrestleMania, in my opinion. This match was phenomenal, and these guys just beat the living hell out of each other. And I was really hoping Edge was going to get that moment, because it was 10 years to the day that Edge retired from the WWE, and it would have been cool to see him have that moment and win the Universal Championship, but that did not happen. In the end of the match, your big dog, the Tribal Chief, Roman Reigns, with the little bit of help from Jey Uso, of course, he picked up the win, and he still is your Universal Champion. And who is gonna beat the Tribal Chief? Who in the hell is going to beat Roman Reigns? I thought it was going to be Edge. I thought maybe Daniel Bryan was going to have another WrestleMania moment. Yes. Like, I didn't know what was going to go on. I picked Edge to win the match, but, I just didn't know what was really going to go on I just didn't know who was going to win. Nobody really did, and the match was amazing. I just really was hoping that Edge won, and it didn't. So who is going to face Roman Reigns now? I would really, honestly, maybe we see Big E get that opportunity. He just did lose that Intercontinental title, so maybe he gets it, kind of like how Bobby Lashley got the opportunity after he lost the United States champion. That wouldn't be bad. I would love to see Big E as a face versus Roman Reigns. That would be kind of cool. But again, it's WrestleMania Backlash, so maybe we see a singles match between Edge versus Roman, or we see Roman versus Daniel Bryan. I really hope that we see Edge versus Roman Reigns, if that is what happens, and Edge gets his moment and he wins the Universal title, because just like I talked about earlier with Rey Mysterio, Edge is another guy that I think he deserves to have another title run before he retires, because he doesn't have many WrestleMania moments in him, and he is still in good shape, and I don't know how much longer he can do it, but God forbid if he hurts himself, I don't want that to happen. So I would love to see Edge versus Roman Reigns at WrestleMania Backlash, and that would just be really cool to see. But again, we'll just have to find out. This SmackDown is looking good. We have some good matches. We have a new commentator, and Pat McAfee. He's gonna be funny. He's always good. There's so many good things. I'm hoping SmackDown lives up to more of the hype than Raw did, because after WrestleMania, I was just very disappointed, and it just was not good at all. Everybody I talked to, it just was not good. So hopefully SmackDown can deliver. And don't forget to watch SmackDown on Fox on tonight at 7 Central. Oh my God, I cannot speak. Go watch SmackDown, 7 p.m. Central on Fox. There we go. Oh my goodness. I'm going to get this going, guys. This is my first time on video, so your boy's going to get it going, and he's going to work on it, and he's going to get better. I promise you. Just work with me. I'm going to get better. I promise. But that's SmackDown, and SmackDown is looking like a good card. So there you have it. I've given you all of the SmackDown preview I possibly can. Hopefully the show delivers, and I will be joining you for a SmackDown results show an hour after SmackDown. So hopefully you go check that out and go subscribe. Go smash that subscribe button on Tino's Time. Go follow at Tino Time 1996. Go look for that beautiful logo that my cousin Keith made. Just help your boy out. He's coming and he ain't stopping. So until tonight, when we do a SmackDown results show, this is your boy Tino signing out.